Well, talk about it, damn it.
What do you want me to talk about? I got the...
Your love life, how much money you owe the bank. Come on, get on it.
Well, apparently both of those are in the shit, so... But my shark works.
Hey, bring it over here, Steve.
Bring it over here, Steve. Come on.
She's coming.
Stop being a dick.
Don't rush her. Don't rush her. I gotta fix the fins. But she's working.
Beautiful. Tell us about it.
All right, so files are from Nautilus Drydocks. She's running on 900 hertz. Twin motors, intakes in the mouth and the exhaust through the gills. And this is the first time she's been in the water. Well, outside of my initial trim, this is the first time she's been in the water. I think trim-wise, that's right about where I want her. If anything, I'm going to have to adjust the dorsals just to keep her from popping up like that.
Keep it good submerged.
But I'll bring her a little closer, and I'll swap the steering rod.
Beautiful. There we are. This time for sure. Here we are. This model depicting the Walt Disney Nautilus from the movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The kit was manufactured and distributed by a very, very talented man, Scott Brodeen, who produced this kit as a 31-inch long model. It was resin cast, hollow cast, but it was cast in the roto casting technique, which rendered a rather thick body. The kit was clearly intended for display only, but with some work, it could be, as I demonstrate here, turned into a radio-controlled model. Took a bit of work and some clever work on my part in that the design of this Nautilus, the Disney version, did not feature practical hydroplanes. That is to say, the hydroplanes depicted were set within strakes on either side of the hull, and the strakes themselves would have blanketed out any useful work that those control surfaces could have performed. So in lieu of that, I opted for a gimbaled propeller. And in this case, the propeller not only gimbaled in pitch for control in lieu of traditional hydroplanes, it also rotated in the yaw axis in that it would augment the turning effect of the rudder. So with these modifications taken, which detracted very little from the scale aesthetic of the model, I was able to achieve a rather well-running RC submarine depicting very faithfully the Disney design. This is my third assembly of this kit, and it's quite a rewarding experience. One, it's a pleasure assembling such a well-crafted kit, and two, it presented an engineering challenge which indeed was a joy to develop and then make practical. Here you can see the rather involved gimbaling assembly used to achieve motion in well, that yawing propeller helps in a turn, I'll tell you that.
What?
I'm just talking to I'm on the goddamn air, don't interrupt.
Right.
What the fuck?
Two things at two times. I hope you don't try driving like that. You know what you're doing over here?
I have no idea.
That's a submarine.
That's a submarine?
Right, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Jake.
It's not Elena's submarine yet.
Yeah, it's not Lena. If you hear that,
right,
he's lying. It's yours. You can duke it out with your brother.
Here you go, Jake. Keep it off the bottom. Keep it off the bottom. Ah.
Do the planes work?
No, not the planes. It's just the propeller.
Does this control pitch?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the pitch, right?
Yeah, this is pitch right here. Use the stick. Yeah.
Pitch it.
Is it pitching?
Nope.
Ah. Okay.
Mr. Master.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jake.
God, Merriman right there.
Jake
He's
broke.
eating Haji food. This
Jake
morning,
broke
right?
my model.
All right. Here, go fix your shit and bring it back. Go bring something else.
Yeah. I'll stick the Amish on there. Hey, it is pitching.
Maybe it got frozen in cold water. It wasn't when you were doing it before.
Not much.
Right. That's it.
That's
That
it.
ain't- Whatever it's doing, you need to give it more lift or something.
Okay, it'll be a very short trip here.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no, no. That guy. Yeah, he ruined our pool. All right. First off, let's see if we got any water in here. Yeah, I can adjust the linkage right here. Give me more up.
All right.
There we are. Okay, no
I'm
wah-wah.
driving my little shark around. Everybody wants to call it Bruce, and it gave probably as much fits as the actual Bruce gave everybody else a little earlier today, but she's running fine again.
And Bruce would be.
Bruce would be the shark from the movie Jaws. But now you're right in front of me. There we go. I'm running into people, scaring children.
Hey,
The Amish hate me.
our work here is done.
Here we go.
Yeah. What?
It's coming up, but it's micro flow. But it is coming up.
I see it. I got to replace that pump. That's all. They're dirt cheap.
I was doing a test for you for free, right? You know, we'll send the bill to you later, right? And you know what? You're lucky it's January.
Don't do me any favors.
And on Friday, you get a special deal. Oh, it's Friday, ain't it?
Yeah, it's Friday.
My father-in-law was on he used to go down to the museum, and they got the big one-scale model. You know, he would point out what he did.
Right. There's some of those folks around.
Yeah, he said one of the things that was always different in the movies and stuff was in real life, they were running around in the studios all the time. You know, it's all hot down here.
I don't know, how hot was it in your boat?
The diesel boat?
Yeah.
I never made a long patrol in it, but it got a little warm.
Yeah.
You know, we'd be in our skivvies running around like a bunch of idiots.
When they did the guppy conversions, did they put air conditioner on
Oh,
those boats?
those boats were built with air
They
conditioning.
were.
Yeah, from Baleo, Gato, Tinch, all they had to, because the fire control gear,
Generate a lot of heat. Yeah.
and it had to be kept reasonably cool.
Yeah.
So one of the bendings was it was not the pig boat of the First World War. They were comfortable and roomy by German standards, but they were diesel boats. When Ellie sniffed my sea bag 30 years after the fact, she still went, whoa. In we go. Hoping for the best.
The Seaview was rendered as a plastic model kit by Mobius Models. Lead guy was Gary Kerr, who did an excellent job of sleuthing out the actual geometry of the submarine. A most faithful kit. This particular Sea View model started out as a Mobius plastic model kit, which I assembled and extensively modified to operate as a radio-controlled model submarine. You can see the subdriver and some of the parts laid out here before assembly. The biggest challenge to this job was developing the pump jets and the stern planes and rudder assembly to make this a practical radio-controlled submarine. Once that was achieved, it's a rather straightforward assembly. Another enhancement to the kit was provision of a replacement set of fairwater planes for the sail, which included the mechanism.
Well, isn't that an amazing thing? Someone didn't pay attention, did they? Did they? Look. That's right. And this is the throttle. Listen. You hear the motor? What are you doing, mister?
Trying to see if you just put it in, like where is the water line at?
Right about there. It's safe on its own?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to check that vent valve. Clearly it's not flooding a hull, it's in good trim.
So you can blow if you watch. You can blow, and that's it. That is something.
Yeah.
that valve stuck open.
Yeah.
What do you want? Say something.
Say something.
I mean, I was really
Okay. We got a skip AC Marlin here.
I opened up the box.
It's a little bit
Just a little waterproof.
Weathered?
weathered, right, from being underwater for 8 months. It's got lots of fancy stuff up in the conning tower or sail, whatever you want to call the thing at that time. We got the radar working, the navigation lights work.
If I can interrupt for a minute, normally this is an intelligent, well-spoken guy, but I don't know, I think he had a stroke or something. Please continue.
Okay.
I tried to use a couple times.
This is a submarine. This is a submarine. This is a German submarine. This is an American submarine.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Ken Drews. Yeah. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Cheers
Cheers.
to everybody not here.
Okay.
Sent by my brother to like research the submarine thing. He wants to build himself a submarine.
Does he have any RC experience?
We both have RC experience back from 1975.
That's not that ancient. We're using the same gear, 72 and 75.
Okay.
All right, what, airplanes?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. A resource for you would be NautilusDrydocks.com.
Nautilus Drydocks.
They've got a book
Yeah.
called Diving Deep, right?
Okay.
I wanted him to call it Balls Deep, but he said no.
Yeah, just as well, really.
Yeah, just as well. So it's quite comprehensive. It's that thick, and it'll take you from A to B. And believe me, a guy who knows RC will appreciate it because it gets into the nuances of this game only.
Yeah. Let me see if I can figure out. I'm new to this century, you know, and like phones. But let me see if I can figure out how to like.
You're talking to a Luddite here.
Battery. Okay, and your battery's up at this end.
The true dry spaces are connected by this conduit tube,
Okay,
so I can run the bus wires from the battery to here.
of course.
It also communicates because in one mode of surfacing, I want to scavenge air from the cylinder itself to blow the ballast tank. So that permits me to balance the two. So I pull a slight vacuum, the model comes up, a snorkel in the sail opens, and then it finishes to blow from atmosphere.
That's what determines the buoyancy of it.
Well, the normal operation is either with the ballast tank completely dry or completely full. We do not change ballast.
Okay, so it doesn't like, either you're diving or you're done.
You're either at submerged trim or surface trim.
Okay.
And of course, the transition period, well, it's either filling or dumping water.
Okay.
Okay, so this is obviously your ballast tank,
Yeah,
and that's obviously where the water comes in.
right. And that's where the air comes out when you go to flood the tank. You open the vent valve,
And there's your servo that runs that, or it's
the servo's right there,
Is there
and the
an
link.
honest to God servo? Is there just a?
It's as honest to God, cheap ass $2 servo.
Yeah. Okay.
Same thing with these guys,
Yeah.
except these are cheap ass $6 servos.
Really? I mean, if servo.
Things are so. Take a look at all the little robot things guys are playing
of
with.
course.
They're using those as prime movers.
I mean, back when I was doing RC in '75, servos were this big and this tall.
They still are. They still are. You know, you've seen the big airplanes and stuff. Well, then they went down to micro, and then remember they had minis and then micro, and now they have microbe.
Really?
That small.
Wow.
And they're proportional. Yeah.
Okay, so that valve
Opens.
allows the air out of this
Right.
and drain and okay, so the air comes out of here, water comes in.
Right.
All
Right.
So now you want to blow that ballast. How do you get that water out of
It's
there?
simply the servo is in one position in neutral. In neutral, the vent is shut. In neutral, the air pump is not working.
Okay.
When you want to flood the ballast tank, it goes to vent. This opens up. The pump does not work yet. Then it goes back to neutral after you're completely flooded and you operate. When you're ready to come back up, the servo then goes to blow. This remains shut and the pump starts. And automatically it's going to draw air either from the dry spaces to scavenge, or if the snorkel is above the surface, it'll draw air there. That's automatic.
Okay. So the air you're taking down here with you is all the air you got.
That's all you got, and that's enough to get this much water
I was going to say
out of
that's
here.
not enough to dry this entire tank.
That's right. If you're completely submerged, it'll stall, but you'll stall with some water gone. So now it's positively buoyant, enough to get the sail up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you use a compressed air cylinder?
Oh, you can, but that's the old classic method where we would just use a consumable like propellant or Freon, which would flash to a gas at a relatively low pressure. But that's something that will change your trim. It's also expensive, and it's a bit of a liability.
Okay.
It can be. Now, some guys still use it.
Okay, so there's a Schrader valve that's clearly about like pumping air into here.
Well, you're getting back to you're talking about your gas system. This is a gas system, but it's an emergency blow.
Okay.
I've adjusted the transmitter so that the endpoint will permit me to operate this in normal transmitted operation, but on loss of signal, the failsafe will take the servo all the way one more step, which will activate this blow valve.
Right.
Normally that doesn't activate, but if it's in a fail-safe position, it will, discharging the gas through that blow valve into here, but you come up like a balloon.
Okay. And there's enough gas. You charge this with enough gas
For one shot.
One shot.
If it surfaces on your own, you're coming back to recharge this guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
good points.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's this reservoir here?
It's a backup to the snorkel. I call it the safety. I'm a submarine qualified guy, so 2-valve protection at all time. This is that second valve, and it's a float activated valve. In the event water gets past the snorkel, it comes in here, raises the float, stops the flow, so we will not flood out this space.
There's a mechanical safety there.
Exactly so.
I guess I haven't understood that. Okay, so this reservoir.
It's not a reservoir at all.
Not a reservoir.
All it is, it's a container for a float valve.
There's a float valve in it.
If water gets into the system, it pushes the float up, closing the orifice, which would permit suction of air. But it could also be a flood path.
Okay.
If it's a flood path, that float blocks it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Let's see. And this fitting here communicates with this chamber?
Yeah, it's just a manifold
Okay. And it also communicates with this guy here.
with the hose here.
Okay.
This hooks up here.
Yeah.
You got the float valve in here in the sail.
Okay.
That's our principal induction when the sail broaches.
Okay.
Well, listen, let me get back to work, guys.
Thank you very much.
Nice meeting you.
Okay. Thank you.
You too, sir.
And I will send this information on to my brother and get him pointed in the right direction.
Go get him. Still playing with it. Trying to make it work. This is where it gets the air to the surface from that hose. Like so. There we are. Try it again. There we are. Whew.
Do you make these?
Well, this is a model kit that I bought at a store, but that cylinder you saw, I made that. So the model kit is only for display, but we modify it so that we could actually operate it. All right, try it again.
doesn't need to shoot water on it. I get it.
Mom should do a little bit of control over there.
Well, there's nothing to it.
Yeah. Excuse me there, boy. Thank you.
Next time I'll bring my columns with the torpedoes and fill the water cannon with those in.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I get you wet? Is that or a pepper gun?
Well, I do have the RC warship still.
There you go. There you go. We can escalate. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you.
Gonna go for a swim?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well, in the best sense, I hope.
Now, I've been on the real Albacore up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Yeah. Yeah. Ellie and I were, well, when we were surveying the thing, yeah, while I was there.
That's about as far as I got at the show. Was just putting on the stand when I realized that I'd already cannibalized some of the hose for a quick repair to one of the other models. So it never did get any significant water time. It did run once, but I wasn't filming at that time. I had the intention to do so, but once I rendered it unoperational, it became just a show queen. But you can see it's quite a unique design. The Albacore was a research submarine developed by and for the Navy to investigate hull form and control surfaces and unique propulsion schemes. It became, if you will, the grandfather of the modern attack submarine in America. The Albacore hull is a term applied specifically to the Barbel and Skipjack class submarines. A teardrop in the ideal form with a ratio, a beam to length ratio of 7:1. This submarine, though a non-combatant, did investigate counter-rotating propellers and X-tail arrangement, and a very unique feature, which was a dorsal rudder at the trailing edge of the sail, used to counter a heeling and rolling moment problem at fast speeds underwater when you get into a turn. The engravings you see on the side there denote one of the later things they tested, which were these, if you will, hydro brakes. These panels would slide out, greatly increasing the cross-section area of the submarine, braking it in high-speed maneuvers. They were always fearful of catastrophic depth excursions as they investigated the operating envelope of this very fast submarine. So those panels were provided as a retrofit during one of its phases to ensure that it did not exceed the design depth. You can see atop the sail the brake where the trailing edge of the sail itself was a control surface, and it was an anti-heeling rudder or dorsal rudder, and it was effective and was also produced a lot of drag. Unfortunately, a great deal of structural wear on the sail foundation. The biggest thing that becomes evident when you look at the Albacore, particularly in its last phases of research, were the adoption of counter-rotating propellers. Now, this is an old idea. It does two things. One, it eliminates the net torque applied to the hull, in that you have the forward and after propellers canceling each other in net force. Also, the counter-rotating improves efficiency by recovering swirl energy of the leading propeller. Also note the disposition of the X-tail control surfaces. the X-tail inherently increases performance in pitch and yaw by at least 30% over the cruciform arrangement. I solved the problem of counter rotation. Initially, I wanted to do something like a differential, but it was much easier just to use two motors, one to drive the outer shaft and the other to drive the inner shaft. You can see that arrangement here in the stern. This is, of course, early development of a model, which is my practice. I'll get the model operational and trim it out while it's still in primer gray. I won't commit to a paint job until the model is performed well in the water. So here you're looking at the model, which has already been run in the water, but not yet painted up and made all pretty. So there you have it. Note that the propellers were I cast in white metal, and the control system.
But I am trying to fix the rudder.
Yeah. So what happened? What happened?
In order to remove the rudder to make it serviceable, I have a round rod that goes into a square rod, and I never glued it when I built the boat.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to correct that right now by putting a little dab of glue on it, but it seems some glue got where it was not supposed to get, and I'm trying to make it work.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
I'm trying to keep this approved for kids, so I'll have a reserved comment.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. You got that little question on on YouTube.
I know.
Is this for kids?
Yeah, it better be or you're out. So it's got to fit in there. That's a problem.
Yeah, so here's, if you can see it,
yeah,
if it focuses, this is a square brass tube, which goes into the square hole of the rudder, and then this little pin rotates with the servo arm from the servo, but it's a little stiff right now.
Right, but you're working it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little heat or something would help, but I don't know how to apply heat.
That's one of the other things I didn't bring today.
Yeah.
I have to apologize here as I was hand holding the camera, which incidentally is a GoPro. I'm still learning how to use those things. While I was holding it with my right hand, my index finger was right over that little hole where the speaker is, so next to the no sound was coming through. But these pictures I think are important enough to present, and this of course is Steve Mayo servicing his radio controlled Shark, inverted and on a test stand right now, while he's done some maintenance on the control system. He was having some intermittent operation of the thrusters. I think he attributed it to one of his speed controllers. Anyway, here he is addressing that problem. Behind the Shark, you can see his 196 scale Type 212, which I saw operate at Groton. Just a perfect little performer. Steve, by the way, is the one guy who's been able to decode for the rest of us how to make the FlySky radio system work, which it's a wonder machine, but it's an RC system that is so complex that boy, you need a degree in something to make it work, and Steve has been helping us with that. This again, I had my fat finger over the camera microphone, so again, I thought these were pictures which were important to present to demonstrate how cabin fever is just a very, very popular event and is well attended. And the quality of the audience is incredible. It's Mennonites and other farm people. And the thing is all these kids do chores on the farm, so they're gearheads from day one. And they're interested in the mechanical stuff, so they're a lot of fun to be around. Look at that mob. It was like that in every hall of this exposition, Cabin Fever. Quite a delight.
Like a tank.
You having any luck here?
What?
You getting it to work?
Nah, man, it was Merrimanized, man. He looked at it and it broke. I don't know what happened, man.
Did you put it back in there yet?
No, I have. I can't get it working outside. So.
Incidentally, I'm the Merriman Jake referred to. I should introduce myself. David Douglas Merriman III. Perhaps one of the finest RC submarine practitioners in the game today. I, of course, stand on the shoulders of all those guys who came before and basically taught me and everybody else who's had any success in this game. What we were talking about is a 196 scale German Type 21 submarine. That project started life by the efforts of Joe Hoffman, who's very big in World War II era German submarines and ships. He commissioned somebody to build a 3D printed, what became a master of this model, and send it to me, and then I turned that into masters from which I produced tooling for fiberglass hulls and cast resin sail and appendages. So it was my job to render useful parts for Joe and myself to produce our own models in RC form of this historically important submarine. As most of you know, the Type 21s became, if you will, the genesis of the modern submarine we know today, designed and built for extensive operations submerged, not just as a surface craft with the ability to submerge, but fully capable when underwater. Anyway, I went ahead and produced the model kit for myself and Joe, and Joe gave me permission to build more for friends. This is not a commercially available product. It's just kind of not a one-off, but a very limited production. And we got Joe Hoffman to thank for that, bringing that forward. So there are future projects with Joe. In fact, he wants us to do the same thing with the Type 9 submarine, again in 196 scale. So that's something for the future. The big job for me was not only to produce tooling and the parts for our eventual kits, if you will, but also to engineer how to make it work as a practical RC submarine. This is a very short and equally narrow submarine, and presented quite a challenge to make it as a practical model. One concession to this was to put the drive motors, which are little DC motors, in the wet with no efforts to make them watertight. As long as you operate in fresh water, such motors will last for several seasons. And the nice thing about these little Mubashi motors, I think their size is a 180 by Mubashi's numbers. They're very cheap, you know, a couple of bucks a piece. But the longest serving one I know of that's seen a lot of wet time has been Jake's Type 21 with an identical motor arrangement, and he's working on his second season with the original motors. They're rusted out and they look like two tin cans strapped together, but they're working very well. So that's kind of a unique feature here, is that the motors themselves are in the wet, you can see in this picture I'm making up the electrical connection between the watertight cylinder and the motors themselves. Also, there are some rather unique features as far as the interface between the servos and the dry cylinder and the push rods and linkages to the control surfaces back aft, the rudder and stern planes, which are magnetically coupled. So yeah, it presented its own little problems, but this particular model, the one that I built for myself and for Joe, and ultimately Jake is got his own running now. They're all configured pretty much the same way, so we came up with some good solutions. And what we're looking at here is the stern quarter of the first Type 21 model I assembled from the parts, and this one eventually went to Joe Hoffman. It's still in rather pristine condition without any weathering, but that came after I trimmed out the boat, which was done, of course, in my shop. And once trimmed, then it was given the final touch-up work and some weathering to simulate the water line, and some dry brushing and ink work to give it that war-weary look. But quite an attractive submarine, and certainly historically important. So there you have it. That's one of the 3 1/96 scale Type 21s I know of that are in existence today.
Long time after. There's a lot of people later.
Did you actually go underwater with these?
Yeah.
He was doing 19.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Wouldn't build a submarine if it didn't go underwater. Kind of a waste.
Or stayed in the water.
Or what?
Or stayed in the water.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you the guy that built some stuff for the movie companies?
That's me.
What'd you make for them?
What?
What did you make for them?
Oh, Red October, Crimson Tide, Star Trek Next Generation, a couple of slasher flicks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you made the submarine for Red October?
No, I worked on Red October. A lot of people worked on Red October. I did the propellers, designed some of the stuff, did some choreography.
It was a model, though, right?
Yeah, they were all miniatures, physical miniatures, yeah. Come on, make the thing work. Come on, mister.
Okay. So we dropped a little CA in there, and it got in a place that it wasn't supposed to get. We worked it out, a little bit of oil from Jake, and now we got the rudder back together and it's working fine.
You just squeeze Jake real hard and you get a little bit of oil.
So we're good to go, ready to go back in the water.
Talking parts done, pal. Put it in the drink.
Yep, that's where it's going.
They had one out.
How long did you think you put that thing together?
It depends. It's hard to say. I worked on it for maybe 6 or 7 months.
Oh.
Whenever the mood hits us.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I understand that, but
We don't keep log. Hey, you missed a tab.
There are family obligations and
You're still under a tab.
I know.
What the hell? What's going on here? What's wrong with you?
There, you happy?
now that rubber band seals it in the back.
This is a work in progress.
Oh.
Yeah, right now he hasn't even got it in primer gray.
Right.
This is the way to check them out before you scratch them all up. When you get it to this condition, you want it working already, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. So this is still working. I have things that I'm going to do up here. Still have to put the cover back on here and make sure everything works before it gets painted. And this will be held on by a screw.
So this one is done?
Yeah, it's done, and it was lost for 8 months underwater.
It was?
Yep.
How'd you lose it underwater?
It got caught in weeds, maybe.
How'd you find it?
The place where we were sailing, a gentleman knew that I lost it, so the day that he was looking, the sun was shining at the right angle, and the grayness of the hull was showing up from the sun shining on it. He hopped in his rowboat and went out and got it. It was probably about 10 or 15 feet from shore, sitting in the mud.
How deep the water?
4 feet. They just reached down, grabbed it, and brought it up. It came up all green, and it had a catfish in it, a small catfish.
Hey, enough yak. Put that thing in the water. Jeez.
Cool.
These people, man.
Got to open it back up because I didn't turn it on.
These are really cool.
Well, thank you. Ken taught me everything I know.
Did he?
Not a goddamn thing. Well, all right. Handsome.
Alright, let's see where it goes down.
Go get him. Tell us what you're doing, mister.
I am trying to get it trimmed properly by adjusting the biplane front and back. And it doesn't seem to be working. I might need a little bit more weight in the bow to get the bow down. Using the diplane doesn't want to work and get the bow down.
You got an angle keeper now, right?
Yeah, there's an angle keeper. So we take it back out, and add a little bit more weight. A little bit more weight.
What are we looking at here?
We got the SS Belmar, a boat out of Belmar, New Jersey, Shark River, and it's a radio-controlled boat.
Oh, thank you.
4 motors in it, 2 rudders, independent left and right, starboard and port control. Got about 60 LEDs in it. Someday I'll put a smoker in it for the exhaust system.
Just to pay these guys back.